you a young professional looking for the love of your life and don't want to waste your time with the wrong person or a relationship with no future? If so, I have a life-changing tip for you. It came to me while scrolling TikTok. I had spent weeks listening to women of all ages talking about their failed relationships and their failed marriages. Many women were very upfront about missing the red flags or ignoring their partner's red flags, and they got stuck in poor relationships and did not know how or when to end them. The common thread across women of all ages was that they all stayed in a relationship that made them unhappy and stayed far longer than they should have. Leaving a relationship while in it seemed impossible for most of them. But once they left and were on their own, they were thriving. They all wished they had ended the relationship sooner. Unfortunately, most of these women didn't know when to end the relationship. And this does not surprise me. Women are sold so many stories, so many fantasies about romantic love. And in most of them, women sacrifice their health, their mental health, and their overall well-being to make a relationship work. Most of us are not given the skills or tools to learn how to navigate romantic relationships. My parents didn't talk to me about dating when I was young. They just told me, don't date and don't get pregnant. That was the extent of our conversation on the topic. It's no surprise why many women get stuck in unfulfilled relationships. Hi, my name is Rosamaria. I'm a life and career coach for young professionals, first-gen professionals, and recent college graduates. I am not a relationship coach, but I am a life and career coach, and I touch the edges of that dating sphere. What is this life-changing tip? Time-bound relationships or marriages. I define time-bound relationships as committing to an exclusive relationship for a defined time period, 3 months, 6 months, a year, and it's tied to a relationship review and a recommitment, an intentional decision to continue for another time-bound period. This means that once you've completed the dating phase and you're hoping to go steady or be exclusive, you set an end date for the relationship ahead of time, and you discuss the expectations for the relationship and for each other. You set the parameters for the time period you're committing to, and you name your goals, your values, and your desires for the relationship. And then you and your partner agree that 1 week before the end date, you will have a relationship review meeting to review the quality of your relationship and your happiness. In that meeting, you both will discuss how happy you are in the relationship, name your challenges, which ones you've faced, which ones you've overcome, and then you decide if you want to continue the relationship for a new agreed upon period of time, or decide if you should end the relationship. If you are enjoying the relationship and you have identified a few challenges you both are willing to work on, you can commit again for a longer time period. The beauty of this strategy is that the end date is now your anniversary date or recommitment date, and you can go and celebrate as usual. But what you're celebrating in this instance is the intentional decision to stay together. You are celebrating that you both are on the same page. You are in alignment. You are on a similar path. There is no ambiguity about the status of your relationship and where you both want to take it. The best part of the strategy is that if your relationship has brought you more gloom than joy, you can just walk away. You gave it a shot and things did not feel right or did not turn out as you expected, and so you can leave. You don't have to justify your actions or your decisions in doing so. All you need to say is, this relationship has run its course. My wants and needs have changed on my end. If you are ending the relationship because you face challenges that your partner failed to resolve or to address, you can say that so that they know why you are moving on without them. and you don't need to negotiate another run. They can use this information you share to change and be a better partner for somebody else. It is not on you to give them another chance. The truth is that many women stay and give their partners too many chances to change, and very few of them change, honestly. I should let you know that this video idea comes from a previous video where I share 3 tips to help you find a partner who will support your career and your life goals. Go listen to that once you're done listening to this one. A few side notes. If you introduce this request to the person you are dating and they push back or consider it too much work or over the top, it's a red flag, okay? Don't continue the relationship. If they agree but weeks later complain about it, end the relationship. Then and there, that's a red flag too. They are communicating that they don't want any constraints or want to be evaluated on how they treat you during this time. This is a strategy to weed out the men or partners who want to waste your time. They don't want to put the work in any relationship or want a relationship on their own terms. And often the women gets the short end of the stick. A man or a partner who wants you will jump hoops for you. They will let you set reasonable rules and they will follow them. If you choose this strategy, don't move in with a person immediately. It's hard to leave a relationship after you've decided to move in with them because you have to spend time and money to move out and rebuild your life. It's hard. Building your life apart is far better until you know you found the one. It's a common thread around all of these TikTok discussions. Also, please be cautious of men or partners asking you to move in with them quickly. Many want the economic security that comes from splitting the cost of expenses rather than the relationship they seek. But what about if you're already in a committed long-term relationship or you're married? This strategy can extend to a marriage and a long-term relationship. Just like moving in prematurely, marrying someone often becomes a barrier to ending the relationship. Women stay in marriages far longer than they should because they cling to the hope that their partner will change or that things will improve. They also hear from the outside world how inappropriate it is to be a decisive woman with high expectations. The advice they will receive is always for them to accommodate or to lower their expectations. The truth is, any relationship should have an end date, including a marriage, and especially a marriage. No one should be stuck in a relationship just because they signed a contract. If you are a woman who married somebody you thought was your ideal partner and soon after the marriage you realized they were not whom they pretended to be, set a time frame for the relationship to end and plan accordingly. You are allowed to end a relationship that is making you unhappy, especially if you have voiced your concerns to your partners for a while. You can end a relationship at any point, even if you're married. Say if you are in year 1 of your marriage and your partner is careless with his money and creates financial stress, bring it up. Let him know that he needs to improve his ability to manage his finances over the next year so that you both can meet your financial goals. Let him be and watch him. And if he made no meaningful change, plan accordingly. Get your affairs in order so you can separate temporarily or file for divorce. It may seem ridiculous for people to hear that you filed for divorce after 1 year of marriage because your husband was financially irresponsible. What should be more ridiculous to people is that they expect you to stay with somebody who is financially irresponsible and unwilling to change for his wife and for the future of his family and willing to be a burden for a lifetime. The same goes if you've been married for 3 months or 3 years. If you've been pleading to your partner to help you with the household maintenance and they haven't made meaningful progress or change, you can walk away from the relationship at any point. Often, a man or a partner who cannot change small behaviors will not or cannot change the big behaviors. If you are in a long-term relationship or a marriage that is not joyful, please know that women tend to thrive after the relationship has ended. Yes, it will be painful if you still love the person, but 6 months later or a year or two later, you will look back and be grateful to be free. The main goal of this strategy is to no longer enter and leave relationships open. If you want a thriving career, a supportive husband or partner, you don't have time for an ambiguous relationship that wastes your time, your energy, your money, and hurt your overall well-being. Setting a time frame and expectations for a relationship sets the tone for the relationship. One where your partner knows and feels that you are serious about finding a life partner. It also demonstrates that you are a confident woman with a plan and a woman who is not afraid to ask for what she wants. Follow for more tips on life and career.